It's been a bit, but we're finally getting back into the Fantasy Realm Challenge. And since summer is over, we've finally entered spooky season. So, how about we draw some villains? So without further ado, on with the show. Over the centuries, many stories have been told of brave and bold heroes rising up to fight against a powerful and overwhelming evil. A source of pure darkness, ravaging kingdoms and conquering thrones, caring little for those stomped underneath its feet. This evil is what the infamous Lord Skoldmore wishes he was. However, the deathless sorcerer is far from that. Often deemed a laughingstock by heroes and villains alike. Though he is quite powerful in the ways of magic and sorcery, he fails at, well, general competence. His typical modus operandi is to take his army of immortal deathless to take over entire villages at a time, and transform their inhabitants into even more skeletal deathless afterward. However, strangely enough, the inhabitants never seem too bothered by this. Tremble in fear, denizens of this village. I, Lord Skoldmore, have conquered you. Yes, you have freed us. No, we're not paying attention. I've conquered you. Our last call was very bad. You might be an improvement. I guarantee you I will not. I plan to inflict terrors beyond your imagination. What about taxes? What? What's your policy on taxes? Well, I mean, I'm an immortal sorcerer who has reached power beyond human comprehension. Your money is beneath me. So what you're saying is that there are no taxes? I mean no. Yay! No taxes! Stop celebrating! What about healthcare? I've transformed you all into immortal skeletons. You don't need healthcare. You can't die. Wait, there's no taxes and we can't die? I think we found paradise. No! You're supposed to be scared. Are you at least going to make us fight in your army? I mean, some of you, but most of you have no military training. You're useless to me. So, let me get it straight. You want us to just keep continuing what you're doing? I'll figure it out later. All hail Skoldmore! No! Stop being so happy! For centuries, this would happen, with no one taking Skoldmore at all seriously. That was until he met someone. One who could teach him how to be truly devious. So as far as the inspiration for Lord Skoldmore goes, I want to make him this really powerful but really pathetic villain who wants to be someone like Sauron but can't due to his own incompetence. For his design, I knew I wanted to make him a skeletal undead figure taking a lot of inspiration from liches in D&D. And no, surprisingly, this was not at all inspired by Skeletor from He-Man. The similarities are just a coincidence. For the colors, I went for the iconic villain color of purple. There's a surprisingly long history of purple being associated with evil. I mean, Thanos, the Joker, Ursula, Jack Horner, Maleficent, Dr. Facilier, the Evil Queen, Barney the Dinosaur, the Green Goblin, Baron Zemo, Skeletor, and of course,
I always come back.
So, you may ask, why is purple so associated with evil? Well, originally, purple dye was very expensive to acquire, and as such, had associations with power and nobility. And as we all know, most people with power tend to use it for less than noble intentions. So, that is why purple is the color of evil. Memorize this information, there will be a test later. It simply started as a routine kidnapping. Lord Skoldmore, in his quest to look for the Blade of Destruction, had taken over a village and attempted to kidnap and torture the royal family for information. However, it was today that Skoldmore would meet his ultimate weakness. He has faced many foes before, but this was quite the twist, as he was quite weak to a power like this. A woman. As he entered the dungeon, the captured king was terrified. What are you going to do to us? Torture us? Kill us? Throw us in the stocks outside? Frustrated, Skoldmore was about to confront the king about what a stock actually was, when a young woman in a blue dress spoke up first. No, you buffoon. Those things out there are pillories. Those contain your arms and your head and are meant for public humiliations. Stocks only contain your feet. Thank you! Finally someone gets it right! I know, it's impressive how many people get the two confused. Exactly! Even so, I've always found stocks to be mediocre forms of torture myself. I've always been more partial to blood eagles. That is surprisingly obscure. How much do you know about torture? Oh, pretty much everything. Warfare and torture have been an interest of mine for years now. Waterboarding, meal hauling, death by 1,000 cuts. Ooh, the boats! I love the boats. Anyway, when do we get started? At this point, a strange feeling came over Skoldemore. A strange mix of being legitimately impressed and also absolutely terrified. Actually, I'm gonna go. You're kind of scaring me, and I have some evil stuff to do, so... Skoldemore then left, and the woman waved after him. Okay, see you later then. A while later, Skoldemore was in the middle of torturing a man for information with a whip, when suddenly the woman appeared behind him. No, you're doing it all wrong, give me that. The woman took the whip from the hands of the very confused Skoldemore. You don't want to strike at the back, it's too close to the heart and lungs. He'll die before you get any information out of him. Go for the sides and thighs. They'll have nerves with less chance of death. How did you even get out? Oh, I picked the locks. Warded locks, quite easy to pick. Don't worry, I relocked everything so that no one else escaped. Yeah, why don't you just leave? Congrats, you escaped. You can go now. Yeah, no, that will not happen. These are cool torture devices and weapons of destruction you have here? There's no way I'm leaving. You're stuck with me now. Skoldemore sighed. Fine, you can stay. Do you want me to go back to the dungeon, or... No, I'll set you up a room. Tall tower, bed, all that. Fine if you insist. After torturing the victim, she headed up to her new room. However, Skoldemore stopped her. Wait, you're human, right? Depending on who you ask, but yes. Right, so I'm assuming you need to eat food to live. We don't really have much on hand, just some venison marinated in the blood of our enemies. Oh, that will do just fine, thank you. Will you be joining me? Sure. Over the next few years, the two grew closer, both opening up to each other and teaching each other new skills. Skoldemore taught the woman some of his magic, and the woman taught him how to actually be somewhat evil. Eventually, the two were even married, and, much to the dismay of the rest of the world, have been living happily ever after since. Okay, I did not expect the lore to run that long, so I'll try to shorten the design notes. Basically, I wanted to be the joke that these two pure evil forces of darkness actually had a fairly healthy relationship. Basically the Gomez and Morticia Addams dynamic, with Skoldemore being the goofy, head-over-heels man, and Skulltrix being the one that will get you like a fish and use your internal organs as interior decorations. This villainous power couple was mostly inspired by the Disney movie Wish. No, not that one. I meant the original Wish from the scrapped concept art. Specifically, the king and queen were supposed to be like this fun, evil power couple. However, this was cut for some reason. I will never understand Disney's business decisions, but either way, as for the colors, I went very purple, similar to Skoldemore, for reasons I've already explained. However, I also went a bit more indigo, contrasting with her husband, but also complementing the design. So, besides that, here's the design. Because of how late in the year we are in this year-long challenge, I've decided to speed up the process. So the next video will be covering the rest of the main characters. But until then, goodbye, and I'll remember you all in therapy.